Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe Theodore, and it's an honor to be here with you today. And as you can tell by the title of today's small talk, I want to discuss why Capricorn moons specifically are so serious. Now, of course, we can say Capricorn risings are serious, and of course, Capricorn suns are serious. Now, when I mean serious, I'm not saying that for any reason those big three massive placements where Capricorn could be in someone's birth chart are someone who are not friendly or detached from reality, where they're just strictly focused maybe on themselves, like maybe in a narcissistic way. But Capricorn, we have to understand, is ruled by Saturn, and so is Aquarius. And they come right after each other. And the thing is with both Capricorn and Aquarius, both being ruled by Saturn, in the houses, they're ruled, Capricorn rules the 10th house and Aquarius rules the 11th. And those are two extremely big public eye houses. So when we talk about Capricorn energy, we must talk about what houses they typically represent. So Capricorn rules the 10th house, Aquarius rules the 11th. Now, this video isn't about Aquarius, but because we're dealing with a Saturn-ruled sign, I like to talk about it and just kind of make a point with the seriousness behind it all. So when we're dealing with, for example, Aquarius energy in the 11th house, we're dealing with very serious ideas that can impact the world in a massive way. Of course, the 11th house can represent just, friends being very social, being an organizer of kind, having a very connected view to a community or a higher ideal of bringing people together. Social media is a great example of modern age 11th house Aquarian energy. And all shapes and sizes and personalities can fit into 11th house energy, of course. But when we're dealing with collective ideas or things that involve a very dominant and serious focus on things that could be very public, we need the structure and discipline of Saturn in order to be very successful at that. Now, Capricorn energy is 10th house energy, which is really about the public, the way people see you, the professional world, your career, even some fame. And in order to get any of those things, and each and every one of us in our lives must fulfill whatever 10th house energy is going on for you. There must be an element of seriousness in the world where your career and your purpose involving what you do for a living and how people see you beyond the rising sign, the way people see you. And that is a very serious place. Taking your career and what you do for a living and how you come to the world is, it's a serious thing. I think people need to realize that that's a serious thing. And I'm not saying, what you do for your career, for example, is something that is going to need like a poker face where you take your career that seriously. But 10th house energy with Capricorn energy being there, it really just represents people need discipline and structure, and they need focus in order to fulfill, sort of what they want to do for their career. Even if your career is to be a comedian and it's like a funny, jokey, kind of a, let's make fun of everything and kind of smack everything around in a funny way. Most comedians take their career very seriously. They have to really learn how to do their stand-up routines. And you need that Capricorn energy from the 10th house in order to really succeed at that. So, of course, all zodiac signs have their weaknesses and strengths. And I would say when it comes to Capricorn moons, because let's stick on the moon, energy here. The moon energy is the inner world. It is the way we feel. It is the way we really are nurtured, honestly. It is how we most prefer to exist in the world and what kind of energies we like around us, right? So a Capricorn moon can't really sit too long and do things a Sagittarius moon would want to do, because a Capricorn moon would just get bored and just, it's not as thrill-seeking, I believe, as a Sagittarius moon. A Capricorn moon likes their discipline, their structure. They like something to be very focused on. They like evolving something in the world that includes themselves and whatever they're involved with. I know lawyers. I know a lot of lawyers that have Capricorn moons, and they take their attorney, responsibilities very seriously, and they like defending their defendants, and they like to make sure contracts are in order so everything goes smooth. And there's a very to the book energy to Capricorn. They're also very boots on the ground and don't really have the potential, I think, to really get super spiritual and metaphysical. I think they like to learn and integrate more inside what potentially that could mean. And, I feel they're very intellectual. So rather than a Pisces moon where it's so much easier to get lost in ideas and their creativity, and they can sense all this like mysterious essence around them, and even within people. There's an introversion to a Pisces moon that's very sensitive and soft and creative and open, like an open vessel, where Capricorns, in my opinion, Capricorn moons are a little closed off, and they like to just really focus on something. They like to know and understand something so then they can put it into practical use. And Saturn is very practical. Saturn will take somebody off their creative visionary high horse and go, okay, well, how are we going to ground this creative thing, and how are we going to make this desirable to people in the world? Like, how are we going to make this a solid structure? Like, great, you wrote a movie script and you know how you want to make the movie. And Capricorn moons are going to be like, okay, well, how are you getting the money? Like, what people and companies do you need to go to get the money? What kind of contracts do you need to sign? Like, what are the stipulations for attaching actors and producers and all this stuff? Who's going to buy the rights to distribute the film? Like, this is Capricorn moon energy. We can also say Capricorn suns also have that destiny to become that lawyer, or to become that, that person that really wants to help the filmmaker or the creative visionary really make their creative vision like a real thing. They want to help the filmmaker build their career and build their film from the ground up so it can get to the Oscars and win awards. So the Capricorn, all Capricorn energy, I would say Capricorn risings are different because the world just sort of looks at them like they're very serious and like they don't want to have fun. Just like in Aquarius positions can be very cold and solid. And Capricorn energies, moons, they could come off like they're cold. They can come off like maybe they're a little insensitive. Like, again, some of those lawyers I was talking about, some of them are Capricorn moons. And when it comes to the law, even if someone's going through a really hard time, like a divorce or something, sometimes they really know how to put their compassion and empathy to the side and really focus on the facts of the law. So we have to remember, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn doesn't mess around. Saturn wants to do things the way they're supposed to be. They want to also provide people with the rules and the structures they need, and themselves, they want to really focus and really prove to themselves with discipline and structure that they can accomplish and build stuff, and really focus on things that can progress the world, progress themselves in the world, which is also why it's so linked to the 10th house. And Aquarius is kind of colder in a different way because they're just very serious on maybe changing the world. Most of the time they're very unique and expressive and rebellious, because what are they usually rebellious of? Maybe the world and the way the world operates. They're very unique and eclectic, and sometimes really want to go their own way. And they're okay with being alone as well, standing alone. And I think Capricorn moons and Capricorn suns are okay with going their own way. So that's why I believe Capricorn and Aquarius energies are similar in a way, but one is very much focused on rebelling against the world, a little bit more renegade, someone who really wants to take charge and organize things, even if it's like on a local level. An Aquarian moon would love to, be the leader of something that is kind of from the ground up, organizing something, like being a part of a collective idea, or really running social media pages and really wanting to succeed at that, And Capricorn moons, again, more boots on the ground, more about, building from the ground up, more solitary, I would say, in a way. They like to learn by themselves, I believe. They're very solid people in regards to their own way of structuring and, getting to the bottom of things. And really building. They're builders. They want to build. They want to build their careers. They want to build, just the way the world is in a very three-dimensional, dense way, All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to come on and give like just some quick insights on why Capricorn moons are so serious. Every now and then I want to just do some fun little videos where I just sort of dive into a particular, moon sign or, whatever the case may be, just like some astrological education, I guess you can say. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this. Send this to a Capricorn moon, let them contemplate maybe some of the things I said. And of course, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment. Check out all my offerings, my pre-recorded classes down below. And of course, if you would like to book a reading with me, I would love to meet you and talk about, anything you want to talk about regarding to your life and astrology. So much love, everyone. Hope you're well today, and I will see you very soon.